This was the year when random shitlords on Twitter, anonymous podcast hosts, and dissidents working deep within the Beltway right proved that they objectively understood politics better than the Republican strategist and political consultants snarking at us every night on MSNBC. I don't think I'm alone in thinking how surreal all this is. Of course, those of us on the alt-right always took President-elect Donald Trump and his chances seriously. Unlike everyone else, we weren't surprised, or at least not that surprised. We knew he could win. The victory of will. We willed Donald Trump into office. We made this dream our reality. And if we will it, it is no dream. A quote I'm sure our friends at the Anti-Defamation League know very well. And this Trumpian dream was only the beginning. Worn-out celebrities like Madonna, who have based their entire lives on transforming themselves into clumsy symbols of sex and materialism, claim to be offended by the indecency of Donald Trump. Journalists don't fight for free speech, but lead the charge to restrict it. In the current year, the state wars against the nation rather than protecting it. And what is the state of the world? What is the status quo that our normal president, Barack Hussein Obama, the community organizer from Chicago, is now shilling for in his latest foreign tour? Let's look at what the government does. The bulk of the threats we face, especially the Islamic State or Muslim terrorists operating within our own societies, have been enabled by our own governments, if not quite invented by them. Massive armies, huge navies, terrifying weapons which could destroy the whole world over and are subsidized at ruinous cost are actually used to further policies which make all of us less safe. In the Europe defended by American armies, refugees who commit horrific crimes are set free, but citizens who criticize them are arrested. Meanwhile, at home, the protection of the borders, the primary, and for some, the only national security responsibility of the government, is ignored. Indeed, Western governments go out of their way to seek out the most dysfunctional immigrants possible and relocate them at taxpayer expense. The non-government organizations who support this colonization effort are given huge amounts of money to make their own communities worse. Is this normal? In the current year, white families work their whole lives to send their children to universities where they will be told just how despicable they are. In the current year, the powerful lecture the powerless about how they don't recognize their privilege. In the current year, a wealthy Jewish celebrity bragging about the end of white men is the one speaking truth to power. In the current year, if you are physically strong, you are fragile. Black is beautiful, but whiteness is toxic. It is an admission America is not great, that it is not what it once was, that it is no longer a nation capable of achieving what it once did. Even liberals at some level know this, as they occasionally pay wistful tributes to the early 1960s, America of the moon race and the middle-class lifestyle, while conveniently forgetting that American society was 90% European. We're going to win so much, we're going to get tired of it. This is the new normal. This is the new normal we're promised. An America of greatness, but also an America of functional communities and the possibilities of those little things, a satisfying life for ordinary people. Multinational CEOs and the Latinos they've imported to clean their houses stronger together. There are no two parts of this coalition who could ever be in the same room together for any length of time. And this contradiction goes to the heart of the left. The left couldn't decide this year whether America was already great or whether it was never great. Because for us as Europeans, it is only normal again when we are great again. Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory!